Welcome on into this third place decider game taking place between WND and VOR. This is, for big money, big cash prizes. And the green team for this game will be WND, and they're going to be wearing St. Vincent, Schlieffen, Des Moines, Worcester, Napoli, Moskva, Gearing, Daring, and a Marceau. SeaRaptor, what do you have for VOR?
Opposing them from the south spawn, this is Panzer VOR, the SEA champion, fighting for third place here. Bringing Ohio, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Minotaur, Moskva, and Petropavlovsk. Fronted by 3 destroyers, Girding, Harugamo, and that now familiar Khabarovsk, piloted by the intrepid Classic Noun, who we were discussing maybe putting up a statue here in Prague too, just for carrying this ship this deep into the tournament.
I think he might have changed commander spec at some point, by the way.
You think so? Now let's have a peek.
He's now running radio location. I think he was running Fearless Brawler earlier.
He was running Fearless Brawler earlier. Now going up with radio location, still running double rudder, which I won't say is the only way to play the ship, but I think it is probably the optimal way to play the ship.
Single runner and an engine module, sorry. Slot 4 engine mod, slot 5
did he change
rudder.
it? I thought he was running... Oh, it is. I thought he was changing... He was running double rudder earlier, wasn't he?
I think he was running acceleration.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Sure. Okay, I'd have to go back and check the video. But anyway, still in the Khabarovsk, looking like he's going to dive the B-cap very quickly here and have a quick look at how everything else is shaking out.
Yeah, so the green team for this one, A-cap going to be Marceau, Napoli, St. Vincent. B-cap going to have a Daring Worcester combination. C-cap going to be Des Moines and Gearing. And then we've got the Schlieffen and Moskva going to be hovering between B and C.
VOR sending four-ish ships over here to the eastern side on the sea flank. That's Asphodelius' Gearing, fronted by Asphodelius' Des Moines, fronted by Laplas's Gearing. Backed up by Salati's Petropavlovsk and Best Naomi's Ohio. Hanabi here in a Moskva going to play mid. Classic Noun, we've talking about him in the Khabarovsk. He's going to be diving the B-cap here momentarily. He should be able to grab that. 3 ships over to the west flank. That's Sweet to Gaze Harugamo, Arusha's Minotaur, and Dark Temples, I'll get it out in a minute, his St. Vincent.
Yeah, so this early Khabarovsk cap is going to be dumping his torpedoes towards where the Daring is going to be coming from. Does have that radio position finder to be able to tell you, okay, this is where they're going to be approaching from. He is going to be caught under radar by the Moskva now. The Daring can get some resets, but because of this Khabarovsk's armored belt that we were talking about earlier, he should be able to shatter most of that. Unless the Daring switches to AP, which he very much has, and he has the improved balance angles, but still not getting much.
Petro Radar picking up Classic's Haba. The Daring smoking up, putting him some hydro. I think they are going to push the Kaba off, at least in time for the Worcester to get in here and make a real mess of him if he's not careful. Now, Kaba is getting some solid damage into the Daring there, blind fire in the smoke.
No, the Daring is lit by the Moskva of Harabi. It's not all blind fire.
Oh, I see it now. Harnabi put up his radar. My apologies. Yep, I caught it now.
Yeah, but those Khabarovsk guns are not to be sniffed at. Those are, dangerous. Daring's not going to be enjoying this one bit.
You don't want to try. You don't want to trifle with Daring. As good a ship as Daring is, I would not go picking a gunfight with a Kaba unless I had friends or some other advantage around.
Yeah, Worcester now going to be taking over the positioning in that smoke screen behind it. That's going to be slightly scarier for the Khabarovsk.
Ooh, Best Naomi gets a decent little salvo there. A couple pins in the stern. So yeah, you're looking at having friends around, and that Worcester's position is well found. And now he goes in with his main battery guns on Classic Kaba.
Just gonna be taking a quick.
Whoa!
Oof! Ouch!
Big hits with the Worcester HE right there. 2 big salvos, and he takes about 7,000 or 8,000 HP off of Classic.
Yeah, I think Classic's decided that discretion is the better part of valor. He's going to be hiding behind his rock as much as possible. He is still caught under this radar for a little while longer. The Worcester going to be activating his defensive A during all of this. It's one of those things.
Sure.
Press all of the buttons.
Press every button you have.
Apart from Hydro. But
Daring coming in back with some very quick smoke. Best Naomi maybe missing an opportunity there. The Worcester did beach himself, but Naomi, I think, had led the salvo thinking the Worcester was going to make the turn, and he wasn't quite able to do it.
I'm just interested in this Worcester actually going to be bringing range mod here. He might be able to get farming onto Best Naomi if he is left unchecked. The Daring will be out the front screen, out of the front of the smoke screen, spotting for it, and you get a lot of damage going down at the Ohio. Schlieffen secondary is also going to be opening up on the Ohio too, and he's going to be dropping torpedoes through the gap. Petro Radar comes out, spots where the Schlieffen is, spots the Moskva as well. Also detects the Des Moines as the rush comes right in the corner there, who's currently full broadside to another Des Moines.
So lots of drama at B. In the meantime, the A-cap going in favor of W&D here. I'm assuming, I wasn't really looking, but I'm assuming the Marceau drove in there, crabbed it, and bailed out.
Yeah, just going to quickly have a look. There is that Minotaur, and he is going to be running radar, which is the expected thing when you're pairing that up with Haragumo down here. But yeah, this looks like a do not pass go, do not collect 200 pounds. I don't think they're going to be interested in pushing down here into this wall of Minotaur, Haragumo, St. Vincent. I think they're just going to try and hold it back with as few forces as possible and then rotate back over to the B cap.
Once again, Classic snuggling this rock as hard as he can, trying to deny the Worcester shots, but every now and then a shell is managing to find just the right angle. Still not able to grab the B cap.
Radar ending from the Moskva now. Everything's going to go back to dark. Classic now should be able to cut away scot-free. There is a St. Vincent salvo coming in, which might be a little painful if that connects.
No. Oh, I see it here. No, he's clear. So, radar down from there, and the Worcester radar's down for another 30 seconds. They'll be able to radar him again before he can convert this cap.
Yeah, points currently 120 in the lead for VOR. No, sorry, for WMD. Yeah,
yep.
My mistake, easy mistake to make. And they have, pretty much good control over these caps. The Petropalos might be able to edge into C, but he does have a Des Moines and a Gearing waiting to farm him if he does. B cap is, Classic now has just been completely zoned out of. At some point, you're going to have to just say, no, I'm giving up on this cap. It's not worth it. Especially if the Schlieffen activates his Hydro and then permanently Hydro locks him.
I keep waiting for Best Naomi's Ohio to get lucky and beat the bejesus out of this Worcester, but it hasn't happened yet. And yeah, we're 6.5 minutes in here, and W&D been taking up an A cap, the A cap most of the time, so they're on about a 150-point lead here. VOR still looking for their first capture zone. They've been making a big play for B, have never quite gotten there. Saladin's Petro is right on the edge of C, takes a torpedo there from the Gearing. That's Takbiri, I think. Takbir's Gearing all the way on the 10 line, but he hasn't edged into the cap yet. Looks like he's just about to.
He's going to pop his radar. We'll be spotting the Schlieffen, who had approached the B cap. He'll also be spotting the Moskva, who's trying to jump this gap right now. Best Naomi may have a shot on this Moskva. Moskva having to turn in sharply because of it.
I don't think Naomi can get salvo over the island. He'd have to get around the island a little farther. He's looking for this shot for sure.
Classic Noun is actually accelerating out. I think, is he going to try something here?
I'm not sure.
That's a bow in Moskva, and a Khabarovsk has, very high torpedo alpha. If he wants to make this rush, he can go for it. He's now caught on the Hydro of the Moskva, so if he doesn't go, he's going to have to beat behind this rock for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, that Moskva Hydro's got another 90 seconds to go. Here comes the Ohio salvo. Solid little punch through the nose, but nothing catastrophic they can't deal with. Classic looking like he's going to pull up short and try to continue to use this island here as some cover. Moskva able to get a little bit of damage into him there.
Is the rush going to come for Classic now?
I don't think so, because Fazy Schlieffen is right there as well, so probably not a winning play there.
Yeah, now he has to worry about a Worcester on his stern as well.
Ohio takes another 15K off of Jedi's Moskva. I would not want to be that Moskva sitting there for too long. Petro, that's Salada. I'm going to keep butchering these names. Saladin had actually managed to get into C and start capping it, but they've pushed him back now.
Yeah, he also has to worry about this wall of Gearing torpedoes coming towards his bow. He does not have a hydroacoustic surge available right now for another 25 seconds. Those torpedoes are going to come at a really awkward timing for him. If he continues reversing and gets behind this island, he should be safe. The problem is if he wants to try and go back and recontest this, he is going to have the Des Moines and Gearing making an advancement on the 9-10 line with that smoke radar push.
I got to say, Painter, I'm a little baffled by this, right? This was VOR's map pick, and they don't even own a cap circle yet. We're almost to the halfway mark of the game. They're finally making a play for A.
Des Moines kind of just got caught broadside by a Moskva on the 10 line here. Just lost half his HP there. I'm not sure if you were able to catch that one. Yeah.
Asphodelis, yep. Well, and Saladin, I think, took at least one torpedo, if not two there, over here on the edge of the C cap. The Harugumo over at A, though, that Sweet Gay has finally gotten into the cap, and they've pulled people back far enough that, well, there's nothing they can do about it. So for the moment, we're going to start seeing things tick the other way. Now, one team ticking up points, but this time it's VOR.
Yeah, Khabarovsk is still caught in... Well, the Moscow rotated away. The Khabarovsk is now caught in Schlieffen Hydro. He's not going to be having fun.
No, he's naturally... Well, Schlieffen Hydro's got another 70 seconds to run, so he'll have an opportunity, a window, to get out of that, but he's very much trapped in there. Classic in this position is basically neutralized, right? He's not dead. His points are still in the board, but he's not accomplishing anything useful, really.
He is, however, locking down the position of both the Schlieffen and Moskva, who are trying to keep him locked down. Also, the Worcester is kind of fully engaged, trying to get these shells in the Khabarovsk. He's not finding much connections, but he is him being there is distracting 3 ships, and now they're trying to rotate off this, and they're going to have the firepower of the Des Moines of as
Asphodelis.
Yeah, Asphodela is going to be raining down on the Moskva and Schlieffen, who are currently locked in the Petropavlovsk side row.
Gotta say, if I'm Asphodelis, I am very uncomfortable about my positioning. I mean, you are very, very hung out to dry here. This is a good island. I like the way he's positioned on it. Bow in, kind of facing the sea cap here. Oh, Aruha. Aruha going down south of the A cap now.
Was that a dev strike?
It might have been. He was trying to get into the smoke, I think. Let's see, where...
No, the smoke screen. He was
Here it
already
is.
in the smoke screen.
Oh.
I checked over him earlier. I think the smoke screen
I
expired
don't
on
think he
him.
was that low, so it very well might have been a dev strike.
I think the Marceau popped around the corner and was in the bloom range. So he just gets spotted by the bloom, and then the St. Vincent just one-shots him after it. Now the
very
Harrigan was
possible.
forced further back.
One of the dangers and joys of playing Minotaur that way.
What, is that a replay of it right now? I can't really see that screen.
There's the shot. You know what? I think it is going to be a dev strike because watch these shells go in. And right there, maybe? I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, the joy of replays. We do see the Des Moines gets the Moskva, though.
They had worked Jedi down. I'm not surprised. Jedi was kind of really suffering over there. He's down now. So both teams on a kill, but again, they were able to W&D able to swap the A cap back. So VOR didn't get too many points off of that. They're gonna have to make a play somewhere.
Yeah, and there's not really much play available for them. They can't really push up on A because of the positioning of the Schlieffen. They can't push into that very easily. They only have Gearing, Kaba, Petro, and Des Moines. And Schlieffen is kind of going to munch through all of that. Back over at C, they lost their Minotaur there. It's just a single Kitening Haragumo. So the play's going to have to be a B cap with this Moskva and Vincent. I think the Vincent might be about to go round on the Worcester.
I thought that, but now that they know the Daring's there, I'm willing to bet he'll think better of it. He might sit in that gap for a bit and just use his position to try to cover the Moskva capping. I'm not sure exactly, but they got to get points somewhere. We're 12 minutes into this game, and the only positive points that they have come from the brief control of the A cap they have and the one kill they've managed to pick up.
Well, the Moskva's dived into the B cap in combination with the St. Vincent's push. I'm not sure how you make something out of this. They're going to try run the Moskva all the way through to get on the back end of the Schlieffen. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is here.
Oh, the Ohio speaks and the Worcester dies. Look at that shot.
That's the plan. That's the plan right there.
Wow, what a shot from Naomi. What is that, 20? No, it's only 17 kilometers, but still at that angle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our analysts really enjoy this. All we hear from the customer is like,
what a shot. So VOR picking up another kill, starting to narrow the points, and here comes the Marceau.
Rush. One set of torpedoes
St.
dumped.
Vincent's going to need that acceleration now.
Second set dumped. 1, 2, 3
He's going to take
land.
all 3 out of the first set.
1, 2, 3 again, I
He's
think.
going to take at least 2 out of the second set. It's not enough to kill him, but the Daring or somebody's going to finish the job. They're going to absolutely assassinate this guy by dislodging him here.
Well, there's the Daring torpedoes. Torpedoes don't even land. Marceau just gets it.
Marceau just takes it now. It might cost the Marceau his ship. He's only on 2,500 HP over there.
He's unspotted, though. And
well,
he has a Haragumo in his face.
I was going to say not for long because Sweet Tagay is coming. He smells blood in the water. He knows how low this guy is.
So this is, like, VOR staging this comeback. I mean, yeah, VOR just staging this comeback right now. They have Gearing and Des Moines going to be rotating back off and maybe getting into the C cap. This is going to be Des Moines on Des Moines, like, shooting at each other turrets for a while, I think, here with Asmo and as the rush comes. Not going to be too much brawling, but that is going to free up the Petropavlos to potentially push around, get on the back of the Schlieffen and Fazy. While Fazy... Is Fazy about to go diving through the B cap and go for a brawl?
Possibly. VOR seems to have completely given up on the A cap. Understandable, given that the Minotaur is now out. And so now Tagay is lit. I'm not sure how exactly. The Daring must be spotting him on the surface.
Yeah, it's going to be the Daring.
Yeah. Now VOR finally picking up 2 caps. It's taken them almost 14 minutes, but Classic now finally grabs B. They push enough force into C to grab it and hold it. And so now the question is, can they get back into this game? Because they're still 250 points behind.
Sweet Takei and his Haragumo has been forced to drop that smoke screen. Not sure if he really wanted to do that, but because of having the unique upgrade, he doesn't have access to concealment module, so he's spotted from a lot further away, and he just doesn't know what's happening, so he has to get out of there.
Yep. Yeah, the Haragumo's detection without that module is pretty high. Probably 6 and change, 6.5 or so, I would think.
It's a fair bit. We do see the Schlieffen now is just barreling through. I think he caught it on the back end of Hanabi and his Moskva. Moskva just limping away with a... Is that an engine in cap? That is an engine in cap. I think he must have got Citadel by the Schlieffen of Fazy at some point on the way out there.
Very possibly, and of course, poor Classic now continuing to suffer under Hydro. More the Schlieffen Hydro keeping Classic lit, while 3 or 4 ships over at the A cap try to get him off the board, unsuccessfully so far.
Is that long-range Schlieffen salvos coming out as full? I'm not going to be able to pronounce that man's name. The Des Moines over on the one line. The Schlieffen's just sitting there, just lobbing shells at him from max range here.
So with 5 minutes to play, VOR finds themselves kind of herded into the southeast corner of the map, partly due to some of the plays they made and partly due to somehow how W&D has reacted to them. So once again, they've kind of been shoved into a corner. We've got to see if they can fight their way out of it. They've got time, but they can't wait long.
They wanted to bring them. I think they wanted to bring the Moskva out into Haragumo's smokescreen here, but the Schlieffen caught him on the crossing, and now he can't really push out because there's St. Vincent and Napoli waiting for him. Haragumo's going to start trying to farm out the Schlieffen of Fazy, but that's not going to be enough.
It's got a lot of health to go. Now he's got 1 heal in reserve as he heals now. It's going to take a long time for that to work. He's out of hydros though.
I think the Petropavlovsk is going to make some sort of play.
They were grabbing C. Takbir was grabbing C as well. Now look at Naomi. Naomi making a very bold push through this channel here in between B and C. Where are his guns looking? He's not even looking at Fazy. His guns are actually looking over here towards the gearing and the Des Moines.
Is there a radar available? Yeah, the radar comes
Radar's
out from
up.
the Des Moines.
Yep, Takbir's caught now.
Now he has Des Moines on one side, Ohio on the other side, with secondaries blaring as well. Actually, the radar is ticking out for the Des Moines, so he should be able to get dark. I think that was like a one-salvo thing. But
yep, Takbir now back in the smoke as they can see the Des Moines. I think they're pushing. Are they pushing? They push the Des Moines far enough back to get shells on him?
If they get shells on him, it's not that great because like the only shells that they're going to get him is the Des Moines, and the Des Moines is going to have to go past the Des Moines of Asfo is going to have to go all the way past as the rush comes. It depends on where these turrets are traversed.
I'm still waiting to see Naomi fire, and I haven't seen it yet. It looks like he maybe was waiting for this gearing to emerge from the smoke.
Well, the gearing is definitely
out
right
of the smoke now.
That's a definite kill shot available.
We're about to have a bit of. I think Des Moines just going to trade for the ram here. I think they're just going to trade. Yep.
Lovely bonk. No ramming flags, not necessary.
I still haven't seen Naomi's main battery. There it goes. Okay, they do bag the gearing.
2 minutes 51 left to
now.
play.
They're up a ship owning a cap. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. They're a little over 250 points behind and continuing to fall simply because they don't own enough caps.
Are there potential kills available? There is the potential of getting that Marceau, but you have to dive through a Napoli first. In fact, it looks like the Moskva of Harabi might be a lot of trouble. The Napoli secondary is just blaring down upon him. He's also got the HE rating in as well. No heals available for this Moskva, no damage control available. He might go down to this Napoli here.
Yeah, the SAP secondaries alone should ruin his day eventually.
Haragumo focus fire on the St. Vincent. He will get a lot of damage in, but he has like 3 super heals ready to go.
Yeah, I think Alive and Dry's got too many heals left for that to be an effective strategy. They're taking the damage, but I don't think it's a winning play.
Unless an Ohio salvo comes in or something, the St. Vincent should be
I don't know what you're talking
right.
about, like this Ohio salvo landing right there.
No.
Not really getting anything out of it.
There's still time, but yeah, this Moskva is definitely about to go down here. He's down to, what, 3,000 health?
3,016. It's only a matter of time before, a couple of HE shells will end this conversation. Here they come.
Yeah.
There it is. Catching up on kills, a 400-point lead for W&D, a minute and a half on the timer. Well, game end clock, honestly.
Focus fire has intensified on the St. Vincent, but I think the St. Vincent got a salvo out on the Ohio of Best Naomi, who's down to like 6,000 health in the background. Classic now is Khabarovsk being forced away from this. We have the Haragumo still raining down shells on the St. Vincent as well. He's just out of there, though. That's not a kill you could have converted. They need to force something.
No. Naomi's burning his last heal, but the St. Vincent bags him from range at about 20-ish kilometers or so. That should put a stamp on this thing. I mean, there's 30 seconds left. They desperately need a kill, and I just don't know where they're going to get it. The Khabarovsk is about to go down, and there he goes. VOR made it interesting, didn't they? I mean, goodness gracious, but W&D with the answer there, holding that B cap uncaptured for so long, keeping them off all the caps for 14 minutes, Painzor.
Yeah, this was VOR's map choice, as you brought up earlier, and they just didn't look that comfortable on it. It looks like their special play, we're going to send the Khabarovsk in the middle early, get something done, was completely hard shut down by that Worcester just sitting there and just farming them out. Like, they had so many ships locked down trying to deal with that Khabarovsk, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. Maybe if they'd moved their Des Moines from the one line earlier on, they could have made something happen there, rotate the Petra around afterwards, but, you know, we have God vision. We can see everything.
Exactly. Well, by judging by the reactions I've been watching during the game, I'm sure our analysts have a lot of interesting things to talk about. So why don't we throw it back to them, let them have fun.